Hello and welcome to Puzzlers Anonymous. My name is Kevin and I'm a puzzle addict, and we are working on a Saturday theme list today, but I am going to start with the strands. Again, I enjoyed doing that. I got feedback from viewers that people enjoyed watching it, so let's do it, at least until I get bored of it. I am skeptical. I might have said this in my first video. I'm skeptical that they're going to be able to keep coming up with themes that is one long word and 7 things that fit it. But who knows? There's a bunch of 7-piece things, and you know, it doesn't have to be exclusively 7. So the one that I saw was the deadly sins or the cardinal sins, but there was one yesterday that I did and didn't publish that was like hairdos, and so it's totally possible to do that without running out. So here we are, fragile, handle with care. I actually thought when I did yesterday's, I was almost resistant of reading the theme because yesterday's was, the clue was I think the spangram was hairstyles, but the clue was do the do, like D-O, so it's a play on that Mountain Dew theme, but it was D-O, and I honestly felt that was too easy. I thought, like, right away I was like, this is gonna have to do with hairdos. But now that I see this fragile handle with care, this is a little trickier. I don't know exactly what this is. I wonder if there's anything like package. I'm actually realizing now, I complained that they don't do it like Spell Tower, which again, I'll show you just in case you didn't see that. But in Spell Tower, you can just start typing and it'll find letters that work here. So if I put N, it has every N that's there, and then I put A, and then it finds the NAs, and then if I put R, then it narrows it down to NAR, which is a really good strategy for finding words, because it's like you can kind of, this is just about finding the longest words possible, so you can find common suffixes. Ooh, we got an ing right there. So then I'm going to build off of that. What's a verb that's in this area? So it's kind of easy to goose it because of that. So now that I'm kind of lost in this one, I realize that would be a reason to not have that, because I was thinking maybe I'll find package, and I wanted to just start typing package, but it's like, no, I have to actually find a P or a C or a K. I see a K here, there's no C around that, and that looks like the only K, and I'm not seeing any. Oh, here's a P, but that doesn't give us anything, so yeah, it's not that. Handle with care. I wonder if it actually has to do with the word fragile, because that is capitalized, and it's, we're always looking for 7 plus the spangram. This could go to like a delivery thing. I don't know that. And of course, if we can't find the theme, we can always just do the strategy of put in words, and once we get 3, they'll give us a hint. I was just hoping to not use any hints. But I think I'm going to need one, because I don't really know what the theme is going to be here, unless it is something with actually, you know, in acronym of fragile, but I'm not even seeing an F in here, so it's probably not that either. It's not gonna be handle, because that's already in there. Like carry. I think I gotta just do some words and get a hint. What I don't like about the hints is they basically give you the word when you do it. Oh my God. So sweat is one of them. So maybe it's words having to do with moving, because you definitely sweat when you're like moving house. That was serendipitous. I saw sweat and it's in a straight line, which maybe they put that there to kind of give you a jump start. I'm surprised that that was a real word. So what other like moving type things could there be? I thought carry before. Sweat. Tape. Tear is a thing for weight. I don't think that's going to be it, but it'll give us a hint word. Okay. And also, I don't have to use the hints. I can just load them up and then see what happens. This is probably not as compelling as a crossword, because there I'm thinking about a specific word, and here I'm just scanning. Okay, I'm gonna do a hint because I'm still a little lost. Ooh, bread is one of them also. What do sweat and bread have in common? Every time I say I'm going to give up, that's when I find one. What do sweat and bread have to do with handle with care? I want to say Prime because I'm thinking like Prime delivery like Amazon, but that would leave that stranded, which is another interesting strategy thing with this. So yeah, let's think of it that way. This is closed off. So these have to kind of work together. Like this E can't just be on its own. It has to connect to something. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that could happen. It could be a spangram that goes all the way across, but somewhere in there. P-R-E-S-I. Pores would go with sweat. I don't really know how it has to do with this. What about just pour? No. Okay. E-P-E-S-P-O, Esper. Yeah, like P-R-E-S would be something, but I don't know where it goes from there. Like if there's another S. Bread. I just don't know what bread and sweat have in common except for that E-A. But that would be a weird theme. There is an E-A here and here, but nowhere else. That's not enough. Oh no, there's 1, 2, 3. Are there 2 more? There's still not enough for EA to be a theme. And I don't even know how you would clue that. Respite. Respo. Repose. Would just repo be it? Like repossess? No, Okay. I think it's hint time. I'm still a little lost. Okay. Mold. Okay. I don't think that helped me that much. Bread has mold. Handle with care. Like things that would be dangerous to you. It's still not bread. Like mold can be bad. Yeah, I'm a bit lost on this. Okay, let's get another hint. We're just going hints through this. This is a new puzzle. We haven't really learned its style yet. And you know, it's okay to ask for help. And it's fun finding words anyways. Next hint, heart. You're probably yelling at the screen right now. Bread, heart, mold, sweat. I still don't know. So I'm gonna get a few more of these. Kale is a word. Is it still always, I should have gotten a hint sooner because I like used up a bunch of words not doing a hint before. Near. Luckily it's not too hard to just find words for hint. Okay, hint. Record. At some point we're gonna have to have a spangram in here. Break. Let's just put break and see what that's, but like I was hoping that would go to something else. I mean smiles. But I'm trying to find something that would go into like a whole word. We should be able to get this, you know? Okay, so here's the thing. The right is closed up, so we know the spangram is top to bottom or bottom to top. Silk is a word, but I wouldn't know where to go there. Okay, let's do. Okay, so this definitely gives us a lot of it. So this would be promise. You could break a promise. You can break bread. No, I didn't want to do prom. It's things that you can break. It took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 words to get this. But yeah, it's all things that are breakable. And here's the thing that I like about this is that weird angle. Like you have to kind of backtrack a bit, so that makes it a little bit trickier. So breakable, so then there's literally only one word left, and that is going to be silence. Okay, I'm glad it's getting a little tricky. I thought maybe the first 2 puzzles were a little easy. I'm glad that it's getting a little bit trickier. I'm going to keep doing these. I'm enjoying them, and I'm going to keep doing them. 4 hints in there. That's pretty bad. But this is a tricky one. Typically for the non-crossword games, they don't follow the crossword rule of it getting more difficult throughout the week. But maybe strands will be different, and it's in beta mode. I mean, this is only, number 6. It is in beta mode. So they're going to probably keep testing up and get a feel of, do people like trickier, obscure themes? So is this theme fair to have handle with care, connect to breakable, and then have words that have to deal with breaking? I say yes. This one is more abstract than the last two. So I'm learning. I'll get them as I go. Now let's get into a Saturday crossword, a themeless. I thought yesterday's Friday themeless was pretty difficult for a Friday. We'll see how this goes. So as always with the themeless, there's not theme clues, obviously. It's themeless, but I'll start with sort of longer clues and see if I can build anything from there. They often come in shoe boxes. I'm thinking about how, when you have a small pet, if you find a mouse or whatever, that goes in a shoebox, but I can't think of what it is. Widespread rumors in a portmanteau. I famously hate portmanteaus. Except I started a playlist the other day with a terrible portmanteau. An MGMT song came on and I just had to crank it up. And I hate portmanteaus and I hate nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. But I did decide to make a playlist of songs from when I was in college that when they come on, I have no choice but to crank them up and rock out to them. And I called it Millennial Nostalgia, which is, of all the terrible portmanteaus in the world, that is the worst one. I invented the worst one. It's barely even a portmanteau. You could say it isn't because it includes the entire first word. I have to change it to Nostalgia now that I talk about it. And I'm gonna do that. So I'm glad that I talked to you about this, my audience. As for widespread rumors in a portmanteau, I can't think of anything. Post-crisis baselines. You're trying to get back to a state of normalcy after a crisis. Can't think of it. MacGyvering. So that's throwing something together. Jerry-rigging is probably what it is. Nope. Unless Jerry only has one R. We could try it. I'm not sure. This might be... Is it jury-rigging? I really thought it was jerry-rigging. That might fit better. This is the fun thing about crosswords. I'm not going to let myself look it up. And also, it's probably completely wrong, and I'll end up deleting the whole thing. Possible response to, did you find it right here? No. No. I'm going to continue. Underlying reason, maybe a root cause. Nice. Here's the thing I was going to say. When you're looking for something and someone says, it's always the last place you look, I always took that phrase at face value. I thought it was supposed to be it's the most unexpected place. It's the place you wouldn't think of. But it's a joke. It's always the last place you look because the last place you look is where you find it and you stop looking after that. I never got that until a year ago. Beyonce's Dangerously in Love or John Lennon's Imagine. I don't know the connection between those. It's probably not a deep connection. It's just they're both examples of this. Sing along? I don't know Dangerously in Love. This is just total guess. Total guess. Oops. They are felt every April. This is going to be a play on words. It's going to be felt. The material felt. But I can't think of what it is. Okay, let's look at our long downs. So this is pretty long. Thanks a lot in intentionally butchered French. That's Mercy Buckets for Merci Beaucoup. That's a fun one that they would put that in there. Pay for a crime, say. Do the time. D to the T, D to the C. No, D to the C, D to the T. It's a Last Man on Earth reference, which actually this ratty ass hoodie that I have that's falling apart, I bought probably 10 years ago to dress up as Phil from Last Man on Earth because he just kind of dresses kind of ratty. But it's lasted me a long time. I feel like this was like $20 at Target in the Obama era, and it's still kicking. Oh, come on, can't you take a joke? Lighten up. Nice. Some of these, I'm surprised how well some of these are coming to me. I did not do well yesterday. Stepping away from screens. Going into the wilderness. Looking at just the letters here, this seems like sing-along's probably wrong because it's going to be hard to fit something in there. This could also be a play on words. Doesn't have to be phone screens, could be all sorts of things. Taking... don't know. Oh man, also look at how, I didn't realize this, these downs are all working unless they're wrong. But I really think Do the Time was right, and I really think Mercy Buckets is right. So jury rigging was actually right? I could have sworn from on my life that it was jerry rigging. We'll find out. We'll look it up later. See ya. I don't know. Branch of causality that comes from the Greek for study of the end. What does that even mean? Southwest is going to give me trouble. Okay, let's focus on this bottom part because I think sing-along is wrong. I just want to see if I can disprove that. Rabbit, furs would work here, unfortunately. Eject. Often that gets done with spew. I also am not entirely certain that root cause is right, but I feel like it is. Actress Kirk of Mozart in the Jungle. I did not see that. One in line at an airport. I'm usually thinking like security line. Car wouldn't be it. Yeah. Blank Peninsula, Horn of Africa. I don't know. I didn't know the name for that peninsula. I didn't know there was one. The Origin of Wisdom, per Rene Descartes. He said, I think therefore I am, but that doesn't really relate to this. Follow. I don't know. Asparagus could be a spear, but I don't really know what that has to do with essentially. So we can't disprove sing-along because I can't figure out what any of those are. Some records inform me as EPs, which is thus confirming this. Puffed up. Smug? Does smug work for that? Something replaced by applesauce in vegan recipes. That would be eggs. So maybe smug does work for that. The other thing that's great that replaces eggs. Applesauce would be if you were baking, if you're doing something sweet. In savory recipes, if you specifically want to replace egg whites with vegan baking, aquafaba, which is if you get a can of garbanzo beans, it's like the juice that's in there, or if you boil your own bonzos or chickpeas, like the water that the bonzos have been soaking and cooking in, it like is very protein rich and it like behaves in the exact same way as egg whites. It's kind of uncanny. I don't do a lot of baking, so that's not something I use, but if you do, if you're looking to replace eggs, aquafaba, apparently also applesauce. Tony Stark or Jack Sparrow feature. Goatee. Silences. I want to say lag, but that's like more of a weight. I think this is going to be a verb, like if you're silencing someone else. Gags, that's what it is. Gag order. Trickster. I don't know. Not sit still would be fidget. I know all about that. I am a fidgeter. Stepping away from screens is a digital detox. That's the one. Now we're cooking, and we were able to disprove sing-along. Digital detox. That doesn't really help me with any of those, but we'll keep working in the Northeast. The ultimate form of free speech, Dennis Leary. Is Dennis Leary the guy from the Ford F-10000 commercials? He's saying comedy is the form of free speech. What the heck would be this tape? He is the guy from the Ford F-10000 commercials. I feel like he's one of those guys where it's like, I mean, I know the whole like comedy, free speech, speaking truth to power, but I feel like Dennis Leary's more in the like, I'm mad that I'm not allowed to be racist anymore category. But sorry, maybe that's just because he does manly truck commercials. So sorry, Dennis Leary, if you're actually a normal guy. He, sorry, I'm ranting today. Handled at a bar. It's not going to be like a bar, like a drinking bar. It's going to be like the lawyer bar or a bar that a ballerina uses. But I think that's B-A-R-R-E. I don't know. Like the second movement of Dvorak's New World Symphony. I'm almost starting to doubt my answers here, but they fit with all of those, so it has to be right. But I just, this tape one seems so weird. What would fit there? Biblical figure said to have died at the age of 905. I thought it would be Moses, but obviously it's not that because he doesn't fit. Spanish diminutive is usually ito, right? So key is, I don't know. Handle at a bar. See, I want it to be Largo, which would be changing this, but I really think doing the time is paying for a crime. So we'll move on. Sign in front of some bars. Another bar themed one. Can't think of it. I would think neon, but I really think those are all right, so who knows. Amanda Mahidol became its king at the age of 9 while living in Switzerland. Don't know. Blank belt. Is this comedy one wrong? No, I really think that's right. Off-coming shoeboxes. Dioramas? Yeah, I bent my Wookiee. Widespread rumors in a portmanteau. Still don't know that one, even with the E. Don't know that one. Let's work on, did we look at everything from this? Lunchbox option informally is PBJ. Sorry, I'm going too fast. I still want to work on the long answers, even though dioramas works as a long answer, so we're coming to you next. But let's just see if we get anything with this. And it'll be kind of good to be in that middle section, because we already got this eastern portion. I want to like move through here to this, and then up there. Concupiscent one. Gosh, I wish I knew what that word means. And I think that's part of the clue. I bet if we knew what that word meant, this would be a lot easier. But we don't. Appliance giant founded in England in 1991. Seems pretty late in the game. I feel like a lot of these appliance companies have been around forever. I can't think of it. Mortgage deal, for short. Refinance. Mathematical subgroup, something set, probably. Actor Fitch of This Is Us. I don't know. I know Mandy Moore is in that show. I don't know anyone else. Did you find it possible response? I figured out this one. I might leave this to do another letter. So I know this is going to be an R, and I see it's Camp E Retailer. It's going to be REI. I think I'm just going to spell this backwards and see if it helps me with any of these. So this is going to be an O. Just that. Oh, I feel like it's on the tip of my brain. I can't think of it. This can be an S. That doesn't help us because I still have no idea what that is. Do you have it yet? This is going to be a C. Escape or escalator. Don't know. This will be a U. Like many defendants in court. Don't know. I have no idea on this. You've probably figured it out now. No luck so far. I'm trying to find it. Actor Finch, don't know. Still don't know that one. I feel like it's like a printer company, but I just can't think of it. Yeah, so nothing else on that. Anything else? Died down is ebbed. They love talking about ebbs. Hey, halfway in these. Arrows. I feel like I want it to be that, but I don't know what that is. Dyson, right? That's a thing. And then this was set, but is co-set a thing? I just like arrows is the only thing I can think of. I don't even know what that is. Is this a Niles? Niles Fitch? Let's put it, because then this could be the Sahara Peninsula. I don't actually know which part of Africa is the horn? Is that the western part or the southern part? I'm so ignorant on that. Parts of LED are, I think these are diodes. So that's probably wrong. I was watching a video about LED diodes and yeah. Okay, now let's go up to dioramas. Slight faults to a rater. Defects is too long. Reluctant to join, but it's a tricky one. It's a question. Words after God or man. Blind Coleman, 8-time Mr. Olympia. What is Mr. Olympia? I don't know. Kerfuffle was going to be in a do. Auto belt? Ammo belt. I was watching Saving Private Ryan the other night. It's on Apple TV. And they had a lot of ammo belts. Siam. And I think I got tricked on this because that's not even the name of the country anymore. But she would have been the king of it then. In the colonial era, I love the idea of, Ananda, love the idea of a 9-year-old in Switzerland being the king of a country half around the world. I should be able to get this. I have so many letters. Widespread rumors in portmanteau. Yeah, I don't know. New normal is post-crisis baseline. This can be clef, maybe? Sign in front of some bars is clef. Widespread rumors in portmanteau. So it is infodemic. That's what it is. I like that. Fake news. Slight faults to a rater is dings. You ding things when there's small things. Reluctant to join. No. God of War, man. It's actually man o' war. Will Shorts. It's not man of war. It's man o' war. Go back to school. Go back to school, Will Shorts. Learn how to do puzzles better. That's a bad clue. I'm gonna write a letter to the editor, but that's pretty clever. Still don't know that one. Family nickname: Graham. I don't know. Streaked. Stripey. Yeah. So close. Reluctant to join. I don't know. It's probably Irani. So then Gran. Inert. It's reluctant to join. Oh, it's a chemistry thing. Inert gases don't form bonds, or they're less likely to. That's fun. Many defendants in court. I don't know anything with this. Okay. There's still some in here that I haven't even looked at, so let's just do that. Meat. Don't know. Would it be lap? I'm thinking of racing. No, that's a heat. The meet is the overall event, but then you have like laps and heats and races, so it's not that. Gets less green. This could either be like greenness, like eco-friendly. Could be that it pollutes more. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, green is also inexperienced. So it could be, is ages. Typically, I think of green versus not green is not like how old you are, but how much experience you have. Like you're a newbie when you're green and you have to learn something. And I don't think that by default aging would mean getting less green, but we'll put it in here. If that ends up being right, I might have another bone to pick with Will Shorts. But because I have a question with that one, maybe I should follow my own rule of if it seems silly, it is. That's the wrong one. But it's a Saturday, so we'll take what we can get. Some of these are going to be a bit of a stretch. Remington of 1980s TV. Don't know. As yet. To date. Berkeley, familiarly. Don't know. In working order. Don't know. Mont Saint-Michel. I've been there. It's awesome. If you don't know this, it's like a monastery that's built on this like big ass hill. It's like, it looks so cool. I'm sure. And it's like it's like on an island, sort of. It's a tidal flat. So sometimes it's an island, sometimes it's connected by land. But this thing is massive and beautiful. I think it's like one of the cooler sites out there. Definitely one of the coolest places I've been. Flattens in a way. Don't know. Saul Bellows, The Adventures of Blank March. Don't know. Still don't know that Beyonce one. Ooh, intaglio is... I learned this from crosswording. It's a form of etching. And then also the local art museum here has a whole, like, for printmaking. It's where it's printmaking, but instead of having a raised print, it's where you take copper and then you etch into it, and then like the ink goes like in there, and then you put it on there. It's very complicated. I don't know what gem is used. I should have paid more attention when I was at this exhibit. Fox something. Yeah, I don't know. Did Esau be a thing? I feel like this tape thing is wrong. I don't know. Trickster is a sly dog. That's getting us stuff. Strikes out slangily. Don't know. See ya. I wanted to say I gotta go, but not that. I gotta fly? Maybe. Branch of causality comes from the Greek for study. I know what causality is, where, you know, one thing leads to another. I don't, when it's branches, it feels like causality being like a study. I don't know what that is. Study from the end. If it's from Greek, God, what's the, I mean, it should be like ophi if it's from Greek for study, because like, isn't that, no, he means wise. Phil is love. So philosophy is like love of wisdom. So Phil is love and Soph is wise. What's the Greek for study? I feel like it's OG. Like so, teleology is like coming to me. This is nothing. It's probably nothing. Like some defendants in court probably sued over escape clause or escalator clause. Cool. Somali Peninsula. So the horn is on the eastern part. Rabbit ears. We're cooking now. Doubt is the origin of wisdom. Follow is ensue. Holy crap. Even if teleology is wrong, it got me cook, or maybe just doing the downs and orders. Asparagus essentially stems, like it's just stems. Maybe that would be like it's essentially just a bunch of stems. See ya. Don't know, but I should be able to get those on the next run through. Eject. I don't know. Still on that one. Shoot down. One line at an airport. No. Like idle feels like the same. The only thing that would work here, unless something else is wrong. But I don't know. Handle at a bar. Like a stout would be handled at a bar if lighten up is wrong, but something's wrong here. Either it's do the time or lighten up. Loosen up isn't enough letters. Yeah, I just don't know. Meet, fit, like you can. No. Yeah, it would be like joints meet or fit. And then strikes out slang like could be fans, which is just it's a baseball thing. When you strike out a batter, you fan a batter. I think it is still teleology, but it might be steel. Just looking at Remington there. What else? Berkeley familiarly, Cal. Working order, usable, flattens in a way. Don't know. It's in a way, so it's gonna be a little off. Saul Bellows, The Adventures of. That's just a trivia one. Solo album. That's why I didn't know Dangerously in Love. It's not a song. It's an album. Maybe it is still a song. Yeah, I gotta fly. It's gotta go. But I think Onyx is the gem here. Felt every April. Something bites. A cab would be in line with that, but what is something that bites in April, but then like it's with an X? Eject. This could be a Lola. Tax bites? What does that mean? Well, something's wrong. I don't know. Dangerously close to looking up. I gotta run is what that is. See ya is chow. Shoot down is probably Nix. Then flatten would be irons. Augie is just a guy. So yeah, it's just this upper corner. Ooh, can I figure it out? Do I gotta look it up? Key. What if I took out lighten up, see if that gives us anything. Key. Hand on a bar. I mean, we could try stout here. Second movement. I feel like the last movement is the largo anyway, so it's not even that. Ito could also be wrong. What if we took that out? Took stout out. The less letters we have, the better we'll do. I just can't think of anything that would be... I can think of red tape. But that would mess up do the time. Serve time? Is that it? Vid tape? Largo would work if we do serve time. Key. Handle at a bar. Spanish would be ita. Handle at a bar. Lighten up would still work with that, huh? Yeah, VHS tape. So yeah, that wasn't even... I didn't realize once I figured out 10 was actually the problem, I could plug 11 back in, so 11 was fine. Ooh, I was so close to giving up. This has been a good puzzle. I kind of worked through it, and I think I know these all now. So, handle to bar is a stein, which is a beer glass that has a handle on it. It's handled at a bar. Key is an isle. Like the Florida Keys is a series of islands, and then Enos is a guy in the Bible. Ooh, I hope we hear the music now. This would be so satisfying. Yes! Wow, what a great... Not a particularly great puzzle. No offense, John Guzetta. I'm not saying it's not a puzzle, but it's like... I think this is a great solving process, and it's not necessarily that the puzzle was great. This is a good puzzle. I had some qualms with some of the clues for them, but... it was a great process because I got so lost. I put in wrong answers. I was committed to these wrong answers. And honestly, this is my favorite type of puzzle experience, which is when you feel so confident in something and then you have to like erase a whole bunch and then it comes to you. Like there was this moment down here which just like suddenly it was clicking and it's like, yeah, this is good shit. This is what I like about puzzling. So thanks, John Guzetta. I didn't mean to say it was a bad puzzle. Will Shorts, get your shit together. Fix that one clue. I don't care. I'm just being sassy. Stay safe.